Hello parents, welcome to the Meet the Principal session that we're doing virtually. My name is Navikpal. I am the principal and CEO of this school, and what I will be doing is I will be taking you through, as well as with colleagues, through our induction for our school, telling you a little bit more about our wonderful school. So let's begin with a short video.
World-class education for everyone, with a diverse curriculum for well-rounded experience, plus a wide range of sports courses with outstanding facilities. Campus with extracurricular activities available until 10 p.m. each night, with enthusiastic students and dedicated teachers. It's more than a school, it's a community. A community this year exceeded all expectations with the GCSE results. A community packed with independent leaders.
Okay, so now that you know a little bit about our school from our students, I think it's necessary to tell you a little bit about myself. As I mentioned before, Navikpal. I've recently started in GEMS Metropole School and I've loved the last 2 or 3 months that I've been here. Everyone has been very welcoming, and going back to the video, it is very clear, and throughout this presentation you will hear the word community, community, community keep coming back, because genuinely this is a community-based school. But before the school, I think it's important that you meet the principal and you understand a little bit about me. I always begin, every single time you'll meet me, and I associate myself as a husband and a father, and a proud husband and a proud father. I have 4 boys. My youngest is 2 years old, and my eldest, actually I should do this because he's a little taller than me, is 19 years old. All 4 boys. So I have gone through all of the experiences from my eldest son now, who is going on to university and having that anxiety of what's to happen at university, exam pressure, and of course with the current climate and the changes that are happening. So I'm mentoring him regularly to ensure he is ready for his future. And I also have the sleepless nights, not because, well, also because of the school itself, I'm thinking about it, but more so with the night feeds for the younger one who likes to save Milky around 6 to 8 times a night, and I have broken sleep. I am looking forward to the point where he is old enough to be independent, if you will, but that's many years to come. So that's something about myself. Prior to here, I was at another school for 4.5 years in Dubai, and I was the principal, the founding principal, who took that school from inception, meaning grey site, nothing there, and built it to good at its first inspection. I did something similar prior to that in Qatar, where again, school from nothing, took it and built it up to a highly successful school in Qatar. My background is a psychology and economics in secondary as a teacher, and I've got just about 9 years experience as a principal, 13 years as a leader, and around 14-15 years in teaching. Before that, I came from the banking profession and I worked as a financial and mortgage advisor. So that tells you a little bit about myself. I love to chat, so whenever you see me in school, please do stop me to have a conversation. I do like my tea, I do like my coffee, so if you offer me that, I'm happy to have a good old chat with anyone and tell you a little bit more about myself and tell you a little bit more about the school. But enough about me. You know a little bit about me now. I believe it's important. The reason why you're here is you're looking at your child for this school, and if the school is what you're looking for. So let me take some time to tell you a little bit more about the school and what you will get in this school. This presentation will be provided to you if you'd like. You can just request and we're happy to send it to you. And this is also available on our school website. If you select GEMS Metropole for your child in this school, it's important you know what's the strategic direction. What direction are we going in? And how we remember this as a school community is by the acronym CATS. Yes, CATS. So the first C is a creative curriculum. We aim to provide your child with a creative curriculum from early years all the way to secondary. So there have been some changes made. For example, in our post-16, historically we've had GCSEs, IA levels, as well as GCSEs and A levels. We have introduced, or we are planning to introduce from September, the International BTEC, which is more of a vocational qualification. That's one example of how we aim to make the curriculum more suited to the child, because the reality is some children will be good at examinations, others are more practical, hands-on, and prefer assignments and work-based projects, and we're looking at bringing both of these in there. So that's where we're coming to when we talk about the creative curriculum. Something you'll learn about me is I'm very transparent, and one of my aims is to take our greatest challenge, which is our Arabic language. Some of you already know a little bit about that, but the reality is we aim to have a language hub, so take our greatest challenge and change it to our greatest strength. That will take me around 3 years to do. One of the areas for that is to ensure collaboration between the Arabic department and the English subjects. Another one is the introduction of strong leadership in the Arabic department. Another one, what we're looking at, investing in a language hub to introduce more languages, Arabic, French, Spanish to start off. Once those are embedded, we are looking at building more languages. In the afternoon, this language hub will also serve as an adult learning center for IELTS assessments. We plan to be an assessment center through Cambridge, as well as other things. So this is something that's coming in September for the Arabic language and the language hub itself. The key priority, and I always say this to my teachers and everyone in my school, is we focus on what I call a jam sandwich. Bread, butter and jam, teaching, learning and assessment. If we do that really, really well, that we focus on teaching for effective learning, everything else will fall into place. So that will be a key priority for a number of years in this particular school, looking at how the teaching and the delivery of the teacher ensures we access learning better for your children and they understand what they are learning. So let me give you an example of this. When you ask your son or daughter, how did the school go? They'll say, good, yeah, all right. We want to change that mindset to say, rather than how did the school go, how was the English lesson? Good, all right, we did informational text, or we learned a poem today. To move over to the language of how did you learn today? How was your learning today? Did you get stuck in anything, and how did you unstick yourself from that? So these are the effective learning strategies that we want our children to understand, because if we prepare them young, by the time they prepare for life, and I'll talk about that in a little while, or the future, it will be far easier for them to be independent critical thinkers, and that is a key. Teaching for effective learning. And finally, a sustainable school. This is in 3 parts. One of the areas is everything that we plan to do with our parent council, plan to do with our students, plan to do with our teachers, and our calendar will be linked to the Sustainable Development Goals. Something else that we plan to do is ensure we prepare them for their future. So if you are in secondary, your university options. If you are in primary, preparing you for secondary. If you are in early years, ensuring you have the skill set to be able to do well in primary school. So the lifelong learning skills is a key part of this throughout the whole school. And another one is, again, based on what parents have mentioned to us, the sustainable growth element, to ensure the school grows at a mature rate. And part of this is ensuring that the class sizes, for example, are reduced. And we have done this. And from September, class sizes will no longer be 25 in early years. There will be 22. There will no longer be 32 in the rest of the school, 30, 32. There will be 28 at a maximum, helping to reduce this. Additionally to this, something else we've done is at the moment, for example, or previously it was that we had teaching assistants up to year 1, and in year 2 it's 50-50. What we have done is invested in our school because it was really important to have a better pupil-teacher ratio, an adult ratio. We have teaching assistants all the way up to year 6, and the TAs go to the Arabic as well as the English, helping the school and providing a better quality of service. So these are some of the examples of change that we've brought in literally in the last 2 or 3 months, and we're looking to build upon these. Okay, so why are we doing all of this? One of the priorities for myself is I went to the community, to the parents, to the staff, to the students, and I asked them a question, and they kept coming back with the same words: inclusion, community, leadership. And from this, we have derived our school vision, which is an inspiring and inclusive community hub leading global citizens. So these key 4 priorities that we name as CATs have come out of the vision. So you come to this school and what you will see is an inspiring and inclusive community hub leading global citizenship. And this is what we will focus on throughout our school when your child is here. This goes really, really well with the GEMS values, the core values within GEMS. Global citizenship, pursuing excellence, growing by learning, and leading through innovation. So everything I mentioned previously lends itself well with the corporate or the GEMS priorities with the other GEMS schools, and we are looking to drive this a little bit further. You won't be able to perhaps see all of this slide, but I will go through this with you. It's important that we prepare children for the future, and I will talk a little bit about this in a short while, what that future may look like. But a key part of preparing your child is academic, but an equally, or in my opinion, a more important part is a non-academic, the values. So we have values in GEMS Metropole, which are responsibility, empathy, compassion, and helpfulness. And everything we do within a school, within a lesson, within a particular activity, a day or event, we will link it to these particular values. These values are also the GEMS jewels of kindness and respect values. What we aim to do is embed this in place so that children do this for no extrinsic reward. It's nice to have a certificate, and we will do that. But if they are being responsible, they are being responsible because it's the right thing to do. Not because they get a house point or a reward, which we will have, for the younger years. But the core aim is that your child comes here and they are responsible human beings because that is the right thing to do, and they choose to be responsible human beings. If they're being empathetical, they're being it naturally and genuinely and sincerely and from within. So the reward will be intrinsic as opposed to extrinsic. And this is one of the key messages that we want to get out there for our children, and that is our aim. And these are the particular values also available on our school website if you want to read more details about this here. So why do we want to do this? Why do we focus on the non-academic, the value-based element as well as the academic? Well, because we have a challenge. And we do know this, that time changes and there's always challenges that come in life. 10 years from now, how occupation would look like, what careers would look like, we don't know right now, in all honesty. 10 years ago, we would have never thought that there will be people that will be making money and a living out of vlogging and videos and could become very, very successful from that. But there are very successful YouTubers out there. 10 years ago, we did not know that artificial intelligence, or you can build a house. This is a building here, I believe, and it's in Dubai, or there's a building like this in Dubai, should I say, and this one here has all been 3D printed. We did not know that. 10 years ago, we did not know that you could make deliveries using drones or various things like this. But the reality now is these are part of our life. 10 years from now, the technology, the way it's moving forward, we do not know what the future occupations look like, what the medical industry would look like, what engineering would look like, what construction would look like, what business would look like. But what we certainly do know is there are particular skills that every single child needs to equip themselves with to prepare them for that future. People refer them to as in 21st century skills. As far as I'm concerned, these skills have been here for a very long time. We just need to ensure when it comes to evaluating, when it comes to researching, when it comes to critical thinking, when it comes to inference and other 21st century skills, let's just say, they have these, they understand these. These skills, along with values, will help prepare them for the future as well-rounded human beings first, and well-rounded academics secondly. So this is something that we aim to do in GEMS Metropole throughout everything that we do. One of the areas that we do this, and this is again is available on our school website, is called the 5 C's. Creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, curiosity. The 5 C's, as we say, is something that we say in every single lesson. The students will look at themselves and think, okay, which one of these particular skills did I demonstrate in my learning today? So not only are they learning the academics of the English, the maths, the science, or the foundation subjects, or the languages, they're also looking at their disposition. Was I creative within this lesson? Am I being a critical thinker? Did I collaborate? And if not, why not? If so, why so? And the teacher will build this into, again, talking about the learning, not just the teaching. And that is really, really important to do for all of our children. So now that we've gone through this particular part, I think it's necessary to tell you a little bit more about the academic aspects of our school. So, as far as the curriculum is concerned, we follow the National Curriculum of England, the UK National Curriculum of England. Now, with our particular school, we have classes all the way from FS1, meaning age 3, all the way up to year 13. So before they go on to university. And throughout this particular time, and my colleagues will go through some further details, the language of instruction for all of our subjects in the English subjects is English, with the exception of the ministry subjects of Arabic and Islamic, when they're Arabic A and Islamic A. Arabic B and Islamic B, we do support them with English as well, but mainly in Arabic. The exams that we have at the end of year 11 will be the GCSEs or the IGCSEs, and at the end of year 13 we have the international A-levels or A-levels, and now we are looking at bringing in the international BTEC, which is what some students can do if they're more vocational, which again, we have our brochures about this. If you require more information, speak to my colleagues in secondary. They can give you further information about it and what those pathways look like when it comes to university and what type of degrees can students go into. Okay, what I will do now is I will pass you over to my colleague who will explain a little bit more about each particular phase. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Miss Emily and I'm the Deputy Head of Primary at Jebs Metropole School. I'm here today to talk to you about how our youngest children in our foundation stage learn. The transition into the foundation stage includes a phased entry so that children are confident and have built relationships before they start. Our classroom environments are carefully planned by highly skilled teachers and set up for children to access independently. All our classrooms also have a free flow option onto the outdoor areas. The early years foundation stage curriculum consists of 7 areas. 3 prime areas: personal, social and emotional development, communication and language, and physical development. These are, if you like, the building blocks to our learning. There are then 4 specific areas: literacy, maths, understanding the world and expressive arts and design. These are taught through a mixture of adult-led sessions as well as carefully planned opportunities within the environment. The foundation stage also have 2 specialist teachers in FS2, PE, which includes swimming, and Arabic. Teachers assess the children throughout the year through observation and how they function within the environment. We encourage our parents to be part of the assessment process and share what the children have been learning at home as well. Parents receive 3 reports a year as well as being invited into parent engagement sessions. We also provide workshops so that you can understand more about how your children learn at Metropole. I look forward to meeting you all soon, and I'm now going to hand over to my colleague.
Hello, I'm Miss Joanne, the Head of Primary at Jebs Metropole. It's my pleasure today to talk to you about the primary phase of school. I'd like to talk to you about years 1 to year 6, about our curriculum and about how our children learn. Our year 1 curriculum builds on the style of early years. Transition is important between FS and year 1, so we replicate many learning styles the children are familiar with in foundation stage to help them settle into year 1 quickly. Year 1 combine learning through play with whole class teaching to cater to the needs of all students. Throughout years 1 to 6, we teach the National Curriculum for England subjects, together with the UAE Ministry of Education subjects, which are Arabic, Islamic, Moral Education and UAE Social Studies. Class teachers teach most of the subjects with specialist teachers for Arabic, Islamic, PE, ICT and some of the art subjects. French is taught by specialist teachers from year 3. We don't use many textbooks as we prefer our students to learn in an engaging and collaborative way and aim to put lessons in a real-life context to make learning purposeful. We have specialist facilities used by primary school children such as the library, science lab and ICT suites. Transition into secondary school is a big focus in Year 6 in order to prepare students for their next journey in education. Assessments are carried out continually throughout the year so that teachers know exactly where children are in their learning and where they need to go next. Many assessments are informal and ongoing, but for the more formal assessments, such as phonics screening and SATs, children are fully prepared for them. Reports are sent home on a terminal basis and face-to-face parent meetings happen 3 times each year. Teachers are all available to contact by email and will respond to you within 24 hours. Thank you for listening. I hope we can meet in person soon so I can answer any questions that you have. I will now pass over to my colleague. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs Sarah Thomas, Deputy Head of Secondary at GEMS Metropole with overall responsibility for the 6th form. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our 6th form and the pathways that we have on offer. We follow the British curriculum at GEMS Metropole School and we have 4 pathways on offer. Our entry requirements are a mix of GCSE results, CAP 4 scores and what the students' ambitions are for the future, whether that be a career or their degree at university. A minimum expectation for joining the 6th form, whether you continuing with us at GEMS Metropole or starting as a new student, would be at least 5 GCSEs with grade 5 and above. Although to follow an AS or A-level course, you will need at least a 6 and some subjects will require a higher level. If you follow our academic pathway 1, this is the course where you will follow 4 AS levels, possibly maintaining the 4 through to A level, alongside the IPQ, the International Project Qualification. This caters for people who want to go to the top universities across the world and will have an idea of the career they wish to pursue, such as law, dentistry, medicine and the more traditional academic courses. Pathway 2 is suitable for the majority of A-level students, where you choose a combined pathway, leaving your options that little bit more open if you're not decided completely on a career yet. So choosing subjects that you are good at and choosing to do 3 A-levels, taking you into subjects and jobs such as teaching and so on. Pathway 3 is an option to do 2 A-levels alongside some GCSE resits for those of you who perhaps didn't perform as well as you would have liked at GCSE, those of you who may need to consider a 3-year programme in Key Stage 5, and for those of you in the UAE who need to achieve equivalence by remaining in school until the end of Year 12 and 13. Pathway 4 is suitable for those students who prefer a vocational pathway, those looking to go into careers which are sports-based, such as coaching, physiotherapy, drama, such as performing arts, theatre management, lighting technicians and so on, and business. We are introducing the IB-Tech qualification at level 3 for the very first time September 2020. Besides the academic qualifications we've already spoken about, at GEMS Metropole 6th form we offer so much more. Pastoral support, careers guidance, help with university applications and the opportunity to do the Duke of Edinburgh qualification, enrichment opportunities, Model United Nations, community service, prefect duties, the house system, and we are introducing high field qualifications for 2020. These are based around lifelong learning skills such as first aid and food hygiene and so on. But please don't take my word for it. Come and see us. Check out the website. We'd love to take you on a tour of our school and you can ask us all the questions you may have. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Thank you to my colleagues for explaining that to you a little bit further. Now that you know a little bit more about the curriculum part of the various phases, and you might have some questions and we are happy to answer those questions, just contact our parent relations executive, our reception or our colleagues who you just met a little while ago. and we're happy to answer specific questions for you. It's also important to hear the view of some of our students. Here I have one student who has left the school and she's come back and she is sharing her experiences with us. Let's just watch this very quickly and see what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Jana. I was a student at James Metropole for year 9 for 4 years. And currently I'm staying at the University of Georgia. When I studied at Metropole, I always enjoyed math. I liked being challenged a lot, and I felt like it was the most subject that actually challenged me. Teachers were very helpful because whenever I needed help or whenever I was unsure about something, I felt I can ask them anytime. They were always there to help me. However, the most supportive one for me was Miss Elise, because she helped me a lot with university applications, and she helped me with also choosing my major. And she was also very helpful. She always gave me advice and she always helped me apply at university. So at school, offered career advice a lot actually throughout the years I was here in James Metropole. We saw also different universities there that include universities from all over the world actually. And that helped us because then we could see the major we want is in which university and facilities offered for each university in different countries. So now I'm using these stuff I did, and all of that helped me with getting different skills such as communication skills, collaboration. Actually, it's Metropole a lot, especially the course environment, because you don't find that in university. It's a huge university. I would advise students in secondary school to work hard and put all their efforts into their studies, as it's very important when it comes to applying to university and reaching the goals that they're on in life. Also, I would advise them to work out on themselves and being independent. As example, school teachers, monitors, so they help you. However, when you get to university, it doesn't happen. You have to be fully responsible and independent for your students, and whatever you do, you pay for that. It's not school anymore.
So that's important what the student mentioned there. The idea of the key skills and the support we provide within the school for all of our particular students, independent skills. As she mentioned, when you go to university, the same level of support you get here, you may not get at university when it comes. And therefore you're expected to be independent, manage your time, manage your deadlines, manage your work, manage your learning, manage your academic, success if you will. So that's something as life skills that we start in primary school and support all the way through and get them thinking about this. Something we do really, really well at James Metropole. Another key partner for us in school is the parent. So we see parents as partners, and that parent-teacher, parent-school relationship is really, really important. And we do this through a number of ways. First of all, we send regular communications to our students. They need to be well informed. Now, we do this in various ways. We do this as diaries, newsletters, so independent skills in the diaries they're writing in secondary in the planner. Newsletter goes out to parents as well as to students to tell and share the positive energy. What I also do with my parents is every single month I have what I call a happy meet. It is a time where parents, whenever you like, it's given to you. You can come in at 8 o'clock once a month, no appointment needed. We'll sit around with all parents, share a coffee, and we'll discuss what I call 2 stars and a wish. I always like to hear 2 stars before a wish. And parents in our community will share that, because a positive feedback from my teachers, from my staff, from my colleagues is equally as important as your wishes, and we would look to address those. We minute those, I either respond directly to it or we have action points and we build on that, because we're building progressively as a school community. In addition to that, I also meet my teaching staff, my staff members in school, which I call a happy talk. Exactly the same reason as I mentioned for the happy meet for parents. They all come together, they share with me their 2 stars and a wish. We record that for them anonymously, and I look to embed and improve whatever they say as appropriate. It's also important to do something similar for the students. So every month I go onto Instagram on a Saturday at 12 o'clock. This information comes out to you all to let you know when it will be. And I have an Instagram meal with students and they share their strengths, their stars, their wishes with me. I will respond to them. They get to know me a little bit better. I get to know what they want. And if we can support them and accommodate that, we do that. All of this comes through these ways. We have other methods such as the parent council who are really active in our school. So any parent wishes to be a member of the parent council, please let us know. We are happy to be able to bring you into this and support us. Emails, phone calls for more formal communication do go out. This information comes out to you all to let you know when it will be. And I have an Instagram meal with students and they share their strengths, their stars, their wishes with me. I will respond to them. They get to know me a little bit better. I get to know what they want. And if we can support them and accommodate that, we do that. All of this comes through these ways. We have other methods such as the parent council who are really active in our school. So any parent wishes to be a member of the parent council, please let us know. We are happy to be able to bring you into this and support us. Emails, phone calls for more formal communication do go out to you. We have an app called GEMS Connect. A lot of the information for your child that you require will be on GEMS Connect when it comes to canteen, when it comes to finance, when it comes to bus, when it comes to timetable, when it comes to attendance, etc. etc. It's all in one place for you. Our correspondence, our communications will be on there. If you wish to contact a teacher, the classroom teacher in primary, the lead teacher in secondary is the only person whose email you need. You email them, you ask them whatever you require, and they will find out for you or forward it on and CC you into it, and they will be the one that manage and take charge of what your query is. Something else we do is we have what we call the quality assurance program, whereby my teachers, my staff will call you at least once per month and ask you, okay, your son, your daughter, this is what he or she is doing well in terms of stars, and this is my wish for what they need to focus on. That might be face-to-face, that might be via email, or that might be a phone call. And you can share with them your 2 stars and your wish. Please keep it to that because we're trying to manage it so we can achieve everything that we set out to achieve in terms of 2 stars and a wish. So as you can see from here, highly effective communication towards you and from you, because we all need to work as partners to excel your children. Okay, so now we're moving on to another part, some of our successes. One of our successes is and has been our GCSE results. Our students exceeded many things. In the national average, we've got 64%, 4 to 9, including English and Maths at GCSE results, which is absolutely fantastic. Large increase in the number of grades, 7 to 9 of A star and A equivalent this is. All of our students passed, 100%, which is including those people or students of determination. Some really good results to be proud of. Our GL results when it came to progress test in English, Maths and Science have also been above the national average. Our PISA scores for our last cohort that took them have been some and above the national average when it comes to the UAE and on par with the UK. So as far as the results are concerned, our students excel in their attainment, and progress is even better because they exceed in terms of their progress. This is great to see because GEMS Metropole is not a selective school. We take children for what they are, and we build on what they have, their strengths, and we support them in terms of their areas of development. And over time, we are seeing wonderful fruits of your labour and our labour, which is something that I believe is absolutely wonderful and one of the main reasons why I am in education, to make and contribute towards society and make a difference in young people's lives. Here is an example, as I mentioned, of the GL scores in Maths, English and Science. The blue were the results in 2018. The orange are the results in 2019. And just from that, you can see how much our students have excelled from one year to the next. The key to this is students who have been in the school for a number of years, they understand the processes and the methods and the learning techniques and the styles, and they excel, and we support them and prepare them. So as you can see from here, value added when it comes to progress, it is excellent progress in our school for our children, which I'm really, really proud of. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this induction, just to give you some information about GEMS Metropole School. There's a lot of information available on our school website, gemsmetropoleschool-dubai.com, or you can Google search GEM Metropole School and you will find our school website. Please do look at that. It has a lot more information than I've been able to capture in this particular video. If you have any further questions, we are happy to answer those questions for you. This school is an inspiring school, it's an inclusive school, and it's a community-based school. And this is something we are truly, truly proud of. We have 113 nationalities in this school. Just shows you how diverse we actually are. I was shocked at that, to be quite honest. 113 nationalities. If it's not the most, it's one of the most diverse schools, certainly in Dubai. Okay, now you can also contact us on gemseducation.com if you have an online query, and we'll be happy to support you with that. And if you want to go on a tour and arrange that with us, we are happy to give you a tour. Thank you very much for listening to myself and colleagues. We look forward to seeing you. Welcome to GEMS Metropole.